Ouais.
Ah, bonjour Thomas. Ça va? Bien? Non, non, avait bien dormi? Yeah, oui, no. I really wanted to go inside this really nice cathedral and record this, but unfortunately it's very, very quiet, and I'm going to feel like a bit of a douchebag walking around a French cathedral speaking English. Why do people have that one thing where they seem to be quite happy being themselves, and you know, that music, hobby, whatever it may or may not be, and then the rest of the time they try to conform with what other people think? It's something that's kind of always blown my mind, and I don't really understand. Oh goodness. If you go to a like charity shop, aren't you just conforming with the whole like Macklemore thrift shop thing? I mean, possibly. I had a brainwave. I think the reason people do what they do is for acceptance, possibly. Maybe. I don't know. Is that why people don't smoke in public?
I smoke in public.
Yeah. You don't give a shit. You're a rebel without a cause. Like a badass bro. I love Mary. She's so nice. So cool. I cannot tell you how bad I want that cigarette as well. It's quite weird. I didn't really need to smoke until I came to Cathedral. It's a very, very stressful place. Because nothing happens. Like literally nothing. Yeah, damn straight you're nervous. You look horrible when you make your videos. It's kind of weird. I don't know why you're so nervous. You got nothing to be nervous about. You're a sexy boy. Very sexy boy. I'm not sure if I should be saying this in front of like a Catholic place, but man, I'd totally bone you. Like, let's be honest. Yeah, doesn't that look pretty? It's very pretty inside. It's quite modern actually. It's only around 100 years old. And in religious terms, that's like a blink of an eye. In Canadian or American terms, that's like their whole history. So, sorry, America. You're right about what I say as well about the whole, you know, not caring what people think. I do care about what people think. I really do. Your opinions are always important to me, and that goes out to pretty much everyone. But with that said, I'm not going to think anything more or less of you, regardless of your actual opinion. I just realised how close you are to the thing. I mean, for example, if I meet someone with the exact same opinion with me, I will take the opposite opinion just to see if they can defend it, because I don't like people who just don't, like, they just think something because of what other people think. Conformity. Ah, tout sent bon. Ah, tout sent. But I won't really, like, yeah. As long as someone has an opinion, I'm more than happy to take it, but I won't change what I believe just because someone is specific around me. Like, I will gladly tell Catholics, because that's where we are, the thing that I think is kind of wrong with Catholicism, and I'm sure they'd be more than happy to tell me what's wrong with whatever the hell I'm believing in now. I also thought the Vatican flag had a little crest in it. I'll Google it when I get back, but I'm fairly confident it had like a key in the top left on the yellow side. Maybe I'm just making that up, I don't know. I think I've answered everything. It's Matthew, not Michael, Martin, or whatever you said. It's Matthew Sontaro, or I can't pronounce his surname, I'm sorry, but yeah, he's the peace out guy. Quickly, quickly, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Beautifulness. Instead of conforming, should we just be happy with whatever we are? Like, I'm very jealous of the people that I left behind who could quite happily go to that 9-to-5 job and, you know, make that money, etc. and do the office work, because I just physically could not sit there and do it because my brain imploded after like 4 minutes. That's probably the last we're going to see of the cathedral. And it's decided to ring a bell as well. That is one scary ass clock tower. That's like something out of George Orwell. Scary, scary stuff. Right, there are probably a lot more questions, but I'm going to have to finish this off back to the house. I just wanted to get some like live action shots whilst I have this camera, because it's so awesome. Like, thank you, Emily. Yeah, so I'll go back through the video when I get her back, and then edit this and see what I can come up with. TTFN, darling. So it does turn out that there are a lot of problems with recording it like that. Is one, there seemed to be semen all over the lens. 2, the wind was just ruining everything. And 3, the last like 5 seconds of every video I had just stopped sound. So like I would just be talking, carry on talking, and then it just would shut up. I'm not really sure how I can do that. I've tried to use what I can, and trust me, it was a lot worse in the initial viewing and made me very unhappy. But now I'm going to Google all my stuff, watch your video again to see if there are any other questions I missed, and then from that, we're going to become awesome. 2 seconds. A quick Google reveals that I was right about the key on the flag. It's on the white side, and it takes up like pretty much half the flag. It's like a double cross key. I think it's just similar to the ones in the Da Vinci Code that you like stamps on the people. Yeah, if it doesn't have the key, then apparently it's the infantry Vatican City one, which I'd imagine just means people who represent the Catholic Church, but aren't exactly, you know, part of Vatican City itself. That was like 5 minutes of Google, so don't expect miracles. I really do care what people think. I also care about their opinions. I just think I don't particularly care if their opinions affect me in any way. By that I mean, if I say something that I believe in, and then they think less of me or more of me as a result of my opinions, I don't think that would affect me much. But it's difficult to say without actually doing it. I think the best thing to do is anybody watching these videos should come and meet me, and then we could talk about it. And I think I'd be better at explaining it in person, because when it's just a one-way conversation between me and this camera, it's quite odd. Please edit your button pushing thingy when you like finish your video and you clickety click. I can't click because then the click will edit the video. That. Can you hear that? Do you have any idea how annoying that is? I think that pretty much covers everything in your video that I wanted to answer, but the main thing that I wanted to finish on was my point earlier that I made. Should happiness replace conformity? Simply because I think we both agree that conformity is generally a good, bad thing depending on the situation, preference, opinion, etc, etc. And you know, sometimes it's good to conform. I'm not a vegetarian, but I'm eating vegetarian food to conform to the situation I found myself in. You're not particularly conforming, but the situation that you're finding yourself in is beneficial for you to go to university, which could class as conformity. However, you actually kind of know what you want to do. I feel that if happiness did replace conformity, it probably would be quite a nice place. With that said, think of how many people want to be Beyonce and how many people want to be your local postman. Regardless of conformity and happiness, they both need to live in a balance. They both need people to fail and succeed simultaneously, because if everyone won, then they would have no one to stand on, which is quite horrific, but unfortunately that's the way the world works. And vice versa, if everybody failed, then no one would ever succeed, and we wouldn't do anything. Wow, what a miserable note to end on. So I'm not going to end on it. What I'm going to end on is some good news-ish, I think, possibly, I don't know, depends on your view, as you're the only man in my life that I truly and utterly care about. You didn't see that, but I just stroked the camera. Oh yeah. Tout sent bon. I hope you never find out what that means. Me and Amélie, the girl you saw earlier with the umbrella, are probably going to travel together. Most likely going to travel together. Possibly if she thinks I'm still funny in a month's time. I don't know where she's going. She's going to the UK. So if she still likes my funny face and thinks that I'm not a complete douchebag and I manage to stay smart for a month, we'll call it smart because, you know, Mr. Commitment Issues over here. And then we'll see how it goes. So hopefully that's a bit of happy news. I'll be travelling with a partner in like a month and a bit. I've got tea to work on. I think I covered everything in the video. Change your button, bit more enthusiasm, and how do you feel about happiness replacing conformity, even though, you know, you will always need people to fail and succeed. But more importantly, I'm travelling with a beautiful Canadian. Oh yeah, she's French-Canadian. Boom!